I'm furious at a photo someone put up of my husband, he insists I'm overreacting. Update. We spoke more when he got home last night. I found out that he did sleep with this woman while I was away. He insists it was a one-time thing. I'm just taking some time for myself right now. Thank you for taking the time to read and comment on my post. Today is my husband's birthday. He is 35. I'm 30. A lot of people posted photos tributes to him to celebrate. In one of these posts one of his colleagues posted 10 photos. Most of them are just him at various outings or business trips. But one of them, the sixth one, is him sitting on a boat, looking down and laughing, with a drink in his hand and a woman's legs across his lap, not just resting on his lap, completely draped over his lap. In the photo, one hand is holding his drink and the other is up in the air. I'm assuming since he was mid-laugh, so I don't know where his hand was resting. One of his other coworkers was tagged in it, so I assumed those were her legs. I saw this picture and immediately called him, asking him where, when it was taken and why her legs were across his lap like that. He immediately told me that I needed to relax, and that I was making too big a deal of things. He told me it was taken over the summer. At the time I had been stuck in a different city. A coworker of mine tested positive on a business trip, which is why I had not been invited to a party his other coworker had. He said he hasn't told me about it because I was already frustrated about being stuck in Montreal. He said his coworker only had her legs on him for a second. He was laughing at the dog who had just been on his lap jumping off, and right after that happened he got up. He's making me feel like I'm being so ridiculous for not immediately believing him. Which makes me think he might be telling the truth. IDK, it just makes me feel strange. A photo of women's legs over his lap at a party he just happened to keep a secret from you. I feel you should trust your gut here. Minimizing your feelings is the red flag for me. That's single guy behavior, not husband behavior. If she felt comfortable enough to sit like that, I'll wonder what else was going on. Can we see the picture? Just blob the heads out. He said his coworker only had his legs on him for a second. Just the tip, is also a thing people say that everybody knows isn't real. A lady's legs does not rest on a guy's lap for a second. Who is he kidding with? The worst part of this is he is not on your side. I am sorry you are feeling that way. It is nothing. I will tell them to take it down, rather, it seems like he is enjoying it. Fuck that, I would be furious. Not okay. Even if it was a second. Which I highly doubt. I mean, her legs were there long enough for his coworker to take a photo, so. I think my girlfriend is trying to get pregnant. I have my suspicions because she first started saying it felt better without a condom and then started taking my condom off in the middle of sex. I think it's calculated because she used to be so anxious about whether I nutted in her and wanted me to wear condoms. She initiates sex more than me now. She used to complain about being tired or sore all the time. I'm not complaining and part of me enjoys it, but I think it's off. I asked her if she was trying to get pregnant and she explained to me that she just gets super horny from evolution 'cause her period. I started having a gut feeling when she sent me links to live pregnancy videos, and when she grocery shops she always wants to go to the baby section 'cause she thinks the clothes are cute. She gets super emotional now and cried from just watching an ad that showed a family eating together, and started getting into baking 'cause she said it brings her comfort. I never seen her with this much appetite, and IDK, if I wanna tell her she gained weight, it's not too noticeable, just her face and boobs. She wanted me to comfort her because she started getting sick. I thought it was COVID or food poisoning 'cause she's been eating weird shit. I asked her to get checked out and tested. She snapped on me while we were OTP and then I heard her throwing up. She still asked me to come over to fuck despite the fact she was sick. I don't think she has a reason for wanting to be pregnant. It's just her recent changes that started making me paranoid. I'm really starting to question it now. Someone tell me I'm tripping? Too late, it sounds like she's already pregnant. I started having a gut feeling when she sent me links to live pregnancy videos, and when she grocery shops she always wants to go to the baby section 'cause she thinks the clothes are cute. Buddy. That's not a gut feeling, that's an outright announcement. A gut feeling would have been if you'd started getting concerned at the moment she said it felt better without a condom, and even that's not exactly subtle. Look, she's either pregnant already, or she's trying to get pregnant, so if you don't want kids, wear a damn condom. This is a troll post, right? She's probably pregnant now. Sounds like she's already pregnant. Crying, mood swings, and horniness equals unbalanced hormone levels. Eating more equals eating for two. Gaining weight equals pregnancy breasts. Weird food equals pregnancy cravings. Throwing up equals morning sickness. Unless she's very recently had her period, tell her she needs to get tested now and don't take no for an answer. Also, she shouldn't be removing the condom without your consent. Was she on any other birth control? You're talking about fucking and nutting, and you're having unprotected sex and wondering if a girl wants to be pregnant? If she is not on the pill then, yes. Bro, tears of joy. You have a gut feeling, cause she sends you baby pics and goes to the baby section and tries to take off your condom and basically is doing everything but screaming in your ear, "Put a baby in me op." Yeah, I think your gut is probably right, LMFAO. Did you really need to ask us this? Also, she's definitely already pregnant. As someone who's pregnant, she sounds like she's pregnant. Get her to take a test and see. If she's not, you need to wrap it up and not sleep with her without protection. If she is, well, you both need to have the pregnancy talk. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of in my marriage and family. My wife and I got married 6 years ago. She had 2 kids who 9 and 10 years old when we got married, but they had been living with me since the kids were 3 and 4. Soon after our marriage we had our daughter, and within a few months my wife started having widespread health problems. She was diagnosed with a chronic condition that will probably never go away, and she will be uncomfortable for the rest of her life. That being said, it's not life-threatening, but she hasn't worked in 3 years. My stepkids are 15/16 now. Their father has disappeared from their life when the pandemic started because he is way too deep into conspiracies and the kids don't want to hear it anymore. He doesn't call or stop by to pick them up. They got texts for their birthdays and Christmas. Now, I am not a wealthy man. In fact, I'm quite the opposite. I make omelets for a living and I make pretty good money for my area, but now that prices are up and business has died down, I'm not earning as much, so money is tight once again. I have asked my wife to seek child support since my stepkid's dad is not involved in any way. I have asked her to file for disability as she seems to think she can't work with her medical issues. I have asked her to try to find some remotes work part-time or sell some things on Craigslist, but here we are again with no money, bills to pay, and I'm starting to feel like my life purpose is to work to pay utilities. We never go anywhere or do anything. My wife and her kids watch TV all day and play games. I usually have to clean the house up when I get home from work. Beyond this, I feel no affection from anyone except my daughter. My wife doesn't voluntarily touch me anymore. I feel like I've been sucked into a situation that I can't escape without causing more problems for everyone. What do I even do? You need to sit down with your wife and explain the reality of your situation. She needs to apply for CSP and disability. There's no two ways about it. You need the money and every avenue needs to be explored. She needs to do more around the house. The kids should be doing chores and keeping their areas clean and tidy. Is your wife depressed? If so, she needs treatment. You need to pull together as a family or you will continue to feel lonely and put upon. This will eventually lead to resentment. I went through this before. I feel sorry for you, bud. I solved the situation by stopping paying for frivolous things. Cable, Netflix, Hulu, internet, unlimited talk, text data on phones. Split the bank accounts up and only Zelle money to the shared one when needed. Sit with all of them and talk about finances. Explain the real situation and ask them how they think they'd be able to contribute. Create a chore so at least everyone cleans a little bit and it's not all on you. I don't know how it works there, but I assume at least the 16-year-old can get a part-time job and contribute a little bit with bills. Consider couples therapy with your wife. My wife and her kids watch TV all day and play games. Nothing will change, no sit and talk will fix it. I know this type of people. If you cut off finances, they'll find another cash cow. You may want to call a lawyer to consider your options. Depending on where you are, your wife might qualify for more disability if she's unmarried. The stepkids are old enough to get part-time work. If you didn't adopt the stepkids, the child support payments should only be for your shared daughter. Can you file for full custody? Map everything out. If nothing changes, it's time to execute an exit plan. Odds are she will be denied disability at least one time, even if she fully qualifies for it. Obtaining disability is an uphill battle that can take some people years of trying before they get the benefits they are entitled to. She needs to get on this. Reading these comments, you can tell not many people have been chronically ill. I agree, though she should be trying to contribute where she can. She likely is depressed. Ask to go to counseling and have a sit-down talk where you both come up with ways to contribute. Your child is about 4 or 5. Is she in school or does your wife watch her? Will she need daycare if your wife works? She likely won't qualify for disability, or at least the first time. I feel like there could be way more going on. Could she be worried about him going after custody if she files for child support? Have you asked why she won't? Really, I think personal and couples therapy could be beneficial. Talk to the kids about helping around the house more too. Have you tried initiating a date night? You two need to have a real adult talk about what's going on, and you need to be clear you can't continue to support everyone like this and you need help. You can bring bills and checks and all of that if you want to, and discuss the cleaning and the housework, and I would even put together a chore chart for everyone, as they're too old not to be responsible for chores. I would provide her work the paperwork and/or process for filing for child support where you are. I would provide her with lists of jobs she can do and a printout of how to file for disability. If nothing changes, I would find yourself a decent lawyer. Seems like my boyfriend is only with me for my dogs. I've been with my boyfriend for more than a year. We went out twice a week for about 3 months when we first started dating, but then things shut down. He had family problems and then he ended up living with my family and I for 6 months. Since March 2021, we've only gone out once. Every time I tell him I want to go out, all he wants to do is either take the dogs for a walk or take the dogs for a ride. It's always about the dogs, they are adorable. Now, due to medical reasons, he can't get vaccinated and his doctor hasn't gotten back to him about getting a letter of exemption, so we can't actually go to a restaurant, bar or theater. He can, however, go to parks, malls, arcades, and other places. He just won't go anywhere unless the dogs can come. I've about had enough. I'm jealous of my own dogs and I hate that. Is there anything I can say to him? Edit. I have a lot of people accusing me of being a bad girlfriend, and since I want him to go out with me in the middle of a pandemic. The places I stated above are not places I would want to go with him. They are places he goes with his friends. I've recommended picnics, hikes, walks and several other outdoor ideas. Everything I recommend is away from other people and just the two of us. Is he broke? Maybe he feels embarrassed that he relies on living with you and sees taking the dogs as a love language to make up for the fact that he can't provide what he'd like to. I doubt he's seriously into dogs more than you. Hey, can we go somewhere or do something with just the two of us? No dogs. I kinda feel like when we bring the dogs we both share our attention with the kids, on certain levels, but I want to have more moments where it's just the two of us. There ya go. IDKY, but I feel like he feels safe with your dogs. Dogs actually make you calm and reduces your stress. Maybe he has some mental health issues he doesn't know about, or maybe knows. Try talking with him about this, because there was a time when even I couldn't go anywhere without my dog, and sometime when I go to my boyfriend's place and my anxiety hits me, I ask my boyfriend to call his dogs and I feel calm. I think you need to tell him you find it strange he only wants to hang out with the dogs present, and say you are interested in diversifying the ways you spend your time, and that that's important to you. It doesn't have to be some huge attack, just tell him what you want. To me it just sounds like he's scared of getting COVID maybe? But communicate, communicate, communicate. Best of luck to you. Less than 3 would love to see a pic of the doggies. What other information can you provide about your relationship? It's kind of hard to make a call when the only thing we know is that your boyfriend likes to walk your dogs. It's separation anxiety. Is it his first time living with pets? He got attached and doesn't know how to cope. And look, if he doesn't feel the need to address it, it's okay to split up. There are better matches out there for both of you. You deserve to feel like a priority in your relationship, and it won't be hard for him to find someone who prioritizes companion animals the way he does. Communicate. Look, pal, I want to feel special. I need and want to enjoy quality time with you and just you. The dogs are a distraction and I get the feeling there's something happening.